Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Golden Goal Show. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 25. Watching here on everything. We're welcome watching on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok, Instagram Reels. You can watch us riding on the back of a horse. You can be a knight in shining armor. Look pretty. Everybody, welcome watching here. Hope you had a lovely weekend and week of watching some brilliant football. If it was anything from Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, because we love to see Copenhagen. It's a nice place. I can't complain. But everybody, welcome to the show. And first, let me introduce you to my co-host of the show. He's a fan of Atletico Madrid. How are you doing, Mr. Paulinho?
I'm great. How are you, host?
I am fine, besides my broken little toey toe. But yes, lovely.
You never introduced yourself.
I am a man that can be a man that has a man. You happy?
Oh, so you're a gay man.
He's actually Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire. Yes, exactly. Oh, going on to the next guest on the show. He is a fan of Juventus and Roma, if I can say Roma right now. Mr. Rigol, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Stop asking about me. No one cares. But thank you, mate. I appreciate you. Okay, moving on to our next guest on the show. He's been here before, of course, and this is another therapy session for him. We never know. How are you, Mr. Manchester United supporter, Drew?
I am good, host. Thank you for asking. And I don't really count this as a therapy session, but appreciate the mention.
Okay, anytime. We never know if we need to talk about your club. Everybody, if you want to come on the show, anybody listening, if you want to talk about your club in a sensual way, I don't know if that's the right word, but just in a relaxing way, come here, we'll talk about it. Maybe make fun of it, but we'll talk about it for everybody. Welcome watching the show. Let us first move on to the first station of the show, which is indeed the breaking news of this week's football world. So, the first breaking news is indeed about FIFA Club World Cup. So yes, nobody wants this. FIFA angers fans with major 2026 World Cup announcement that could turn final into the NFL Super Bowl show. Sorry, it's about the FIFA World Cup. So the latest announcement that a halftime show will be introduced has angered longtime football fans and left some insisting the World Cup will never be the same. And one couple fans tweeted, nobody wants this, but FIFA does, and that's all that matters. I can confirm the first ever halftime show at a FIFA World Cup final in New York, New Jersey, FIFA President Giovanni Infantino posted on Instagram. This will be a historic moment for FIFA World Cup and the show befitting the biggest sporting event in the world. So the Stadium, which is normally hosts the NFL's New York Giants and Jets, will become the New York, New Jersey Stadium. That's funny how they say New York, New Jersey. Right. It's in New Jersey. Chill. During the 2026 World Cup. And yeah, it's going to be an NFL-like Super Bowl show, and it'll happen, between... It's so weird. It's 15 minutes. That's how halves are normally in European football, but... But yeah, Infantino teased the list of artists who could perform during the halftime show, and yeah, said it's going to be worldly of whatever. And he did contact the Coldplay artist. His name is Chris Martin, I believe, and he wants to arrange with Chris Martin and Harvey of Coldplay a list of people that could join. It's possibly Taylor Swift, YouTube, Bruce Springsteen, The Who, Prince, Usher, Mr. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, I Hit Him Like I'm Young. And yes, could be interesting. You never know what could happen. Okay, well, I'm sure everybody loves this news. We can go on to first. Mr. Drew, one or two words about this news.
Generational. I mean, I get why people hate on it just because it's in the United States and people think that the United States is not where the beautiful game belongs, but I highly disagree. And honestly, I feel like I'm the only person that thinks this is probably a sick idea to have a halftime Super Bowl-like show. I mean, it's obviously the World Cup and it's the world's game, but I think it's cool to incorporate some cultural stuff into it since it's going to be in the U.S.
Yeah. I guess before going on to the next people, I'm pretty sure for every World Cup they had like a performance before the actual. Like they had Shakira, they had Jennifer Lopez, they had a bunch of other people as well too, especially for Euros. Like I believe they had
Yes,
U2
they
as
had a opening and a closing ceremony, or yeah, I think that's what it is, an opening ceremony and then a performance before
yeah.
actual game.
So it's like on the field, like they have it on the field before the actual, game starts. But they want this, I guess, this one to be at halftime, just an American spirit. So
Yeah,
honestly, if it's able to be done in 15 minutes, which I don't know how that's going to be happening, that's crazy.
they probably should put Bad Bunny as the halftime show.
To be fair, that would definitely attract a lot of the Hispanic viewership. So
Yep, it would liven up the spirits instead of putting Kendrick Lamar Part 2.
honestly, agreed. I don't know. I feel like they should just drop some amazing FIFA artists on there. Give Imagine Dragons, give Olimers, get a bunch of other FIFA artists that were there too.
Just please.
Oh,
Nostalgia FC.
agreed. Okay. Well, Mr. Real, one or two words about this halftime show possibility.
Um, honestly, I'm kind of indifferent to it. Like, I understand the stigma against it because it usually, yeah, half times are 15 minutes, and if it's an intense final, you're focused on the game, and then you're in
Then
the
Taylor
zone,
Swift
you're
comes on
focused.
and says,
Yeah, and then Taylor Swift or like Sabrina Carpenter or like a pop artist, Dua Lipa comes up and then there's like singing a pop song and it just like throws off the whole atmosphere. Um, I'm indifferent because it is a nice like add of culture from the US to the game. I think it's a cool twist. But then again, is it necessary? I feel like football in the US is seen more as an entertainment, like a business type, instead of a, play because you love the sport.
"Hmm,
So that's why I feel like people have a gripe against it because it's more for entertainment purposes. And obviously, when the World Cup comes to a country, it makes revenue. So having a halftime show is going to make probably twice as much revenue, depending on the artist. And
it's
even
true.
then, if they're not that good of an artist, um, they'll still get revenue.
It's
But
true.
I really do feel indifferent. It wouldn't be that bad to see like Coldplay, because I've always wanted to see Coldplay live, but it wouldn't be
Mhm.
that bad to see Coldplay or John, or is it John? The guy that sang the 2014 FIFA.
I know who you're
Uh
talking about, but I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know who
yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about? The soundtrack?
I think John Newman or something. I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that would be
Mm.
iconic.
Is it the one that goes
That
like, I need to
yeah,
know
Yep,
now?
exactly. Spot
Yep.
on.
yeah,
Yes.
like if that was the one during the halftime show, I would not have anything
I
against
would
it because
cry
that's
and
iconic.
piss my pants. Absolutely. Yep. That'd be amazing.
Amazing. But
Yes.
or like Rosalia. Rosalia would be pretty nice too.
Ooh, yes. Yeah. Agreed.
But I do feel indifferent. I think it's a nice ad. Is it necessary? No. Would it be nice to have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Especially
Okay.
since it's the first
You
time
know
it's
what
gonna
I'll
be
do?
in
I,
three
I,
countries. Yeah.
you know what I'll do? I'll just ask you guys one quick question. And Polino, I'm gonna get your answer after this. Drew, I'll ask you first. What one artist would you want to see at the Super Bowl? Or sorry, the
Um,
World Cup. World Cup.
I would want to see Thames, the Nigerian artist.
Okay. Afrobeat? Is that Afrobeat?
But more or less. But
Okay.
she's like a rapper, like pop singer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
honestly, I would love to see like some international flair and not just like American artists.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay. So Regal, what about you? One artist?
Uh Thinking about it, I said Coldplay,
Mm-hmm.
but I would actually like to see Rosalia.
Okay. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. All right, Polino, on to you, mate. What one artist would you like to see in the FIFA World Cup 2026?
Let me find it.
You said let me find it?
Yeah, yeah. I had a
Oh, you're looking for a specific artist?
for a song that had an artist on.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's
Uh,
Badman Santana.
Okay. That's an
Oh.
And
outfield one.
you know him, you know?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. I just didn't expect that
anyway,
answer. I
But yeah, I just think at halftime it would be pretty bad, especially with like them changing the pitches and stuff like that.
Mhm.
To
Maybe they
be
could do it at, like
grass ladder.
another section of like the like Stadia area. They can maybe like do it in another section, possibly. I don't
Yeah,
know.
or they could do like a part outside the field. But if they do like a performance in the middle of the field, like it's the Super Bowl, and
Yeah,
they like tear up some of the grass or something like that, and it affects the game, that would be super annoying because the grounds crew is working on it,
Mhm.
and they have time between warm ups and the game time, and in past World Cups where between the performances and during halftime they get to work on the field, whereas this time they're not going to be able to work on the field during halftime unless they extend halftime significantly,
Mhm.
and it could lead to the field not being as nice. And
I
it's
agree.
not an issue in football because it's artificial.
Yeah, turf.
So
Yeah, definitely. Okay, nice. I'm gonna say for my artist, I want to say a good old Avicii. I like Avicii. He had some really good FIFA songs.
Bangers.
He
Yes,
did.
sir.
Yeah.
Too bad he's, R.I.P.
What
But
do you
that
mean
would
by
be a
that?
nice start.
What do you mean by
well,
that?
badass Fantino, that's who it is.
Wait, hey, Drew, what do you mean R.I.P.? What you mean, mate? His music's not dead. He's good.
No, I meant like the person's dead, but his music's not.
Who's dead? No, wait, Avicii's dead? What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been dead for years.
Are you serious? Why did I find out about this? Damn, that's sick. Oh,
Yeah,
that's sad.
there's
Died by
a
suicide like
Oh, shit.
7 years ago.
Oh,
there's a band called Avicii's Dead.
I'm devastated by that, actually. Damn, that's ruined my life.
Oh wow. Well, we can cut that and then we'll resume when you stop crying.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to him. Legend. Rip, I guess. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the
Could
next
have a
news.
tribute concert.
We do need a tribute concert. All right. On to the next news. So, breaking news. On to the next news. FA want unprospected ban for Lucas Paqueta as West Ham star set for hearing on alleged betting offenses. So we talked about this earlier in the Golden Goal show a year, I guess, for this whole season. But the Brazilian playmaker's hearing regarding the alleged offenses is due to take place in March and is expected to last 3 weeks. Paqueta is accused of picking up a 4 deliberate yellow cards, with each offense carrying 6 months to lifetime ban. Wow, the incidents occurred during 2022-23 Premier League campaign and the opening fixture of the following season. The first Paqueta's controversial bookings came against Leicester City on November 12th, when hauled down Baburki Sumar and immediately barged into Denis Breit. Paqueta's next incident occurred in March 2023, following a pull challenge behind Aston Villa skipper John McGinn. Can't blame him. In West Ham's clash on 2022-23, Paqueta pulled back Leeds United Somerville midway through the second half. And yeah, a bunch of other ones. So the FA in statement last May in his alleged Paqueta directly sought to influence the progress by potentially receiving a booking for the improper purpose of affecting the betting market in order one or more persons profit from betting. So yeah, I guess like this was already a kind of he did his crime or whatever, but I guess they're wanting to come back and ban him for life for playing in the Premier League. So that's kind of mad. Okay, interesting. I'll just ask this quick question to everybody. Drew, do you think Paqueta, like, okay, I'll ask you this. Do you think Paqueta deserves to be banned, yes or no? And how long do you think? Do you think he deserves a lifetime one or just like a little 6 months one originally? There we go.
Well, I mean, he broke rules, and obviously,
Mhm.
like if you break rules, you have to serve some kind of punishment. But like with betting, I feel like I don't know how severe it is, but apparently it's super severe, potentially a year ban. But I don't think it should be that long. I think it should be like a month's ban, like maybe let's say like 2 to like 4 months, depending on like how often you've been doing it.
Yep.
But I mean, we've seen Tonali face those consequences. We've seen Ivan Toney face those consequences very brutally, and it's super harsh the time that players have to serve for it. They've probably done it like a lot, but I don't know like what the severity is between a person who does it once or between a person who does it, like daily. So
Yeah.
it just depends on like how often he's been doing it. But I mean, in his case, I haven't really like studied like too much or looked into it. But I mean, he just can't be doing that because he's an essential player for West Ham United and especially for the Brazilian national team.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. And honestly, from my point of view, I think I don't know if it should be the betting should be involved in his footballing. I think that maybe they should just like take charge of him as a person, maybe like deduct like fine him like whatever millions of dollars. I don't know if it would affect his.
Duck 10 points to Everton.
I was gonna say that at the very end, but fair enough. Yes, you beat me to it. Fair. Okay, Mr. Regal, do you think this is a worthy decision by the FA, or and if so, how long do you think he deserves to be banned for?
I think he should face consequences just because, he's a professional and he has to see it from their point of view where like if you're match fixing or if you're like doing stuff like that, you're kind of putting your team at a disability too by getting a certain amount of like yellows or reds or like any fouls.
Yeah.
So I think they should like fine him or like at least ban him. The maximum would be I would say like 4 to 6 months. 6 months worst case scenario.
Okay.
But they should like go after him as a person, not like him as a player, because him as a person is where I think it starts.
Yeah.
You can be a good player and bet on the side, but like in different sports, not on your own team or like on your own sport. So
If
I think
anything,
that
just deduct his like weekly wages or something like that for like 6 months. See how much he suffers from that.
yeah. So I think that's more of a personal conflict with him.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure if it's a trend with Brazilians, but a lot of Brazilians are more focused on money and betting and gambling and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be like bogus or call them out like that, but you see that happen a lot more with like that like Brazilian players than you do with any other type of player, which is unfortunate because not all of them are like that. It's just one or two bad players.
Yeah.
But I think
Fair.
that's more of a personal issue that he should resolve, and they should go after him as a person, not as a player.
Yeah. Fair. Okay, Mr. Paulinho, what do you guys think about this? You deserve it. How long? I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've had previous incidents with Tony, Tonali, Trippier. I think it should just be consistent with that. I'm pretty sure Tonali had a pretty significant amount, and then I want to say Fagioli as well. I think those were I think it was Fagioli, Tonali, and someone else got caught in like a triple person case, 3-person case.
That sounds like
I
Benzema.
want to say, I don't know if it was 18 months or 6 months, but I think as long as it's consistent with how the others were treated, I don't see it as an issue. And to be honest, he should get no punishment at all. I think we should give him therapy, help him get over his betting addiction, and then
Agreed.
let him play and encourage him.
Agreed. Very true.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. Yes, okay, lovely. On to the next Brakan news. Oh, this is a cool one. So, next breaking news. This is a great one. So, yes, Virgil van Dijk. Oh, yeah. So, yes, breaking van news. Virgil van Dijk has a spew with the referee in the halftime with PSG at PSG Stadium. So, yeah, if you didn't already know, Virgil van Dijk did have, a nice game against PSG, I would say. And as well, his compatriot teammate, Konate, as well, too, did have a good match as well, too. And yeah, there was a controversial decision where there was a possible red card that was not given. And yes, Van Dijk was very, very suspicious by that. And yes, in the tunnel, Virgil van Dijk said to the referee who was arguing to him, Sorry, it was a PSG official. He was like saying, "This isn't the French league. This isn't the French league. You won't have that happen here." So yeah, I guess Virgil van Dijk was just having a little piss take at the referee. So yeah, I mean, sorry, or the PSG affiliate that was trying to give them a little banter, and of course, Big Veg didn't want to take to that. So yeah, love this stuff. Mr. Drew, one or two words about Mr. Van Dijk and PSG, the little banter.
I mean, there's not too much to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool can say whatever they want because they're one of the best teams in Europe right now.
Yeah,
So I say like it is how it is.
I like that. It is what it is. That's what I love to hear. Okay, Mr. Regal, one or two words about Virgil van Dijk and PSG, and him telling them that this ain't the French league, dog.
I think that's a classic football banter. That's the best way.
Love that. Love that football banter. Okay, Mr. Paulinho, one or two words about Mr. Virgil van Dijk and the lovely little banter besides PSG.
Fair enough. It's banter. I mean, the French league is pretty physical as well, so I feel like it would be pretty consistent with the Champions League. I think
Fair.
it was a red card personally in foul,
Yeah.
but definitely got away with more than a couple there. I mean, PSG had a ton of chances, but well done to Alisson and some Liverpool players.
Yes, sir. We'll talk about that later in the show, though. That's gonna be good. Okay, lovely stuff. On to the next breaking news. So, the next breaking news is something that's really fun to talk about. So, yeah, breaking news. What is the Sidemen charity match? When is the match? Okay, don't cream your pants, mate. And yeah, who's gonna be at it? So, if you didn't already know, the Sidemen are a social media group in England consisting of 7 members that are football personalities, YouTubing personalities. And yes, I guess one of the top people in the group is named KSI. And yes, the KSI contingent are hosting their unmissable fixture at Wembley Stadium, the home of English football. The group of 7 YouTubers, including boxer and rapper, I don't know if we can call it that, KSI last hosted the game at West Ham's London Stadium in 2023. However, after a year away, they have leveled up at some of the biggest social media stars and now will be taking place at Wembley Pitch. KSI and co drafted in likes of Thierry Henry, Andre Iniesta for a match at Qatar last month, but the return to UK promises to be even grander. I don't know about that. All of the money raised at the game will be given to BBC, children in need at the same charities as well too, and some other charities. So yes, the match takes place on Saturday, and yeah, it will be cool. I'll just list some of the people that are going to be in it as well too. So there's gonna be 90,000 seats available at Wembley, which is absolutely mad. So hey, good for them. That's gonna be. Yeah, so KSI is going to be that Mini Minter, Tobe Jizzle, Zerka, W2S, Figstar, Bazinga, Cal Freezy. And then the other team, YouTube All Stars, is going to be iShow Speed, Phantom, Joella, Chris MD, Angry Ginge, JME, George Clarky, Stable, Ronaldo, Kai Sanat, Laserbeam, Nico Amalana, Shush, Max Fosh, Mane, Willany, Calix, Chunks, Mark Rober, Jinxie, Randolph, Theo Banker, XQC, Deji, and Danny Ayers. Some of those people are going to be on the Sidemen team, but yeah, interesting. It's going to be a interesting match. I'll probably get up to watch that match. It'll be, I believe, kind of like 8:15 my time in the morning. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I don't know if Mr. Beast is going to be there as well too, but hey, you never know. Okay, Mr. Drew, 1 or 2 words about this Sidemen charity match happening.
It's lit. Mark my words, I'll be involved in a sideline match in 5 to 10 years.
Hey, yes, we will all. Yes, we will all. Okay, Mr. Regal, 1 or 2 words about the Sidemen charity match. Dun.
I think that's like a really great thing they do. It's amazing. I'm going for speed, and
Hell yes.
we should get there. The Golden Goal show should participate.
One day it'll happen. We'll Brexit tackle KSI's forehead. Can't wait.
Yes,
Just kidding.
finally.
Maybe. Okay, next person, Mr. Paulinho, 1 or 2 words about the Sidemen charity match. Are you buzzing?
I am buzzing, lad. Maybe we'll come watch it this weekend.
Maybe we'll be there. Oh,
We'll have 5 matches on at once. There's a lot of games
Yes.
this weekend.
oh, there is plenty. There's definitely plenty.
Yes.
Okay, lovely stuff. On to the next breaking news. So, the next breaking news of these two males trying to get at each other, but that's okay. So yes, breaking news. Lyon boss Paulo Fonseca breaks down in tears after players hug him after a massive ban. Oh, kissy kiss. The Lyon manager, who was given an astonishing 9-month ban for disgraceful tirade at the referee 4 days ago, was back on the touchlines as LFP bans don't apply in Europe. That's cool. Leading Olympique Lyon out against Steaua Bucharest in the Europa League, Fonseca saw his side win 3-1 in the away leg of the last 16 tie, but was what happened at the opener left him in bits. So Nicolas Tagliafico broke down the deadlock in the 30th minute after his Strike Lyon's player ran to the touchline to mob their manager. As the body dispersed, the Portuguese was seen looking emotional and then bowed his head to gather himself before wiping tears away. So yeah, just a day earlier, the LFP announced that Fonseca would be banned from his team's dressing room until September and Ligue 1 touchlines until November. The decision came after being berated. Referee Benoit Millot head-to-head in the late decision 2-1 win over Brest on March 2nd. Fonseca turned 52. The day was his ban handed down only to arrive in Lyon January, having been sacked by Zlatan Ibrahimovic and AC Milan. So yeah, interesting. That's kind of that's an L. That's a big L. But damn, 9 months for a ban for that type of stuff. Just yelling at a referee, yelling at Mr. Gru over here. If you see him on the screen, crazy. Okay, Mr. Drew, 1 or 2 words about this 9-month ban. Was it deserved?
Absolutely crazy. I don't think it should be that long. I mean, the months were probably added on because of how stinky Fonseca's breath was, according to the referee's face.
I don't blame him. He looks like he's about to just gag. Absolutely gag. Love that. Okay, Mr. Regal, 1 or 2 words about Mr. Stinky Breath. Damn it, I can't get that out of my head now.
Yeah, the band length is insane, but to be honest, I want to say he deserves it and he doesn't. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with that, but in simple words, I just want to say that's part of the game. Like, people are gonna get heated, unfortunately, and that's how it is.
It's facts, it's facts. Mr. Paulinho, 1 or 2 words about Mr. Fonseca. I know you do like him.
I love him, of course. I sent him
What's your-
a Valentine's Day card. Anyways,
So sweet.
I know. He didn't respond. But anyways, that's crazy long for like I wonder what he said. I want to see the report for what he said.
Oh, what he
him
said to the
because-
ref?
Yeah, because that is absolutely insane. I mean, we've seen plenty of managers like Simeone, Klopp. Most managers that have like any sort of emotion, like Mourinho, go up and yell at the 4th official plenty of times. And nothing happens at all usually. Maybe a yellow card every once in a while.
Because he
maybe
is
a
this
red.
one.
But 9 months is insane.
So we have a lot to prove. Imagine.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not good for Lyon. Lyon were in the Champions League spots or in around them a few weeks ago, and without a manager on the sideline, it could be tougher for them. So irresponsible, but kind of crazy in terms of punishment.
Agreed. Okay, lovely stuff. On to the next and final breaking news. So, the final breaking news is indeed about the FIFA Club World Cup. We love this so much. So yes, breaking news. FIFA gives statement as major change to the 2030 World Cup proposed. Uh-oh, why does this guy's face look so weird? It's not on. Okay, it's fine. So, the sporting governing body confirmed that it will review a proposal to expand the 2030 World Cup, not Club World Cup. Damn it, I got this again. But yes, to expand the 2030 World Cup to a whopping 64 teams to make sanitary a football showpiece tournament. Oh my god. So the 2030 World Cup will be jointly held in Morocco, Spain, and Portugal, while Argentina and Paraguay and Uruguay will host the three games given the inaugural tournament was staged across those nations in 1930. Yeah, it's interesting. But he said, Infantino said this: a proposal to analyze 64-team FIFA World Cup to celebrate the century of the FIFA World Cup in 2030 was spontaneously raised by a FIFA council member in the miscellaneous agenda item near the end of the FIFA council meeting held on March 5th, 2025. And the idea was acknowledged as FIFA has a duty to analyze a proposal from one of the council members. And yeah, interesting, very interesting. And there's been a lot of things said about this. So yeah, the next one increased 2026 from, I believe, I forgot what the original number was, but increased from 32 teams with 104 games due to be played next year. So wow, it's gonna be very interesting about this. So hey, you never know. Could be fun. Could be some underdogs that could come into the tournament. You never know. Never know. Okay. Well, Mr. Drew, 1 or 2 words. What do you think about this 64 team possible World Cup? 1 or 2 words. So much.
I don't know, man. I'm speechless. I thought it was good with how it was with the expansion for the 2026 World Cup, but expanding it even more. I mean,
Mhm.
like there's no more like competition for the qualifying spots anymore for 2030. I thought it was good as it was. I mean, even back in 2022, just because that's like enough games to watch for a month. But then if they go with 64, they're gonna have to extend the World Cup for like 2 to maybe 2.5 months.
That's
Which
crazy.
honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, but it's like things are like evolving way too fast. Like especially after the 2026 World Cup, I would expect this to become like a thing after like 3 or 4 more World Cups with 32 teams in it
Hmm. Yeah.
or 40 something. I forgot what the number was.
Same. Yeah, agreed. Way too much. You never know. Okay, Mr. Regal, 1 or 2 words about this 64 team World Cup. Yay or nay?
I'm against it, honestly. I think I know it's the World Cup, like it's
Mm.
the world sport. But I think there is a lot. If 64 teams are going to play, it's going to be a lot of games and a lot of time taken away from other leagues that could be starting.
Agreed.
I'm against it. It
Mhm.
might eventually happen, but
Yep.
bottom line, not really happy about that.
Same. Okay, Mr. Polino, 1 or 2 words about the Club World Cup to 64 teams probably in 2030.
Club World Cup. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the actual World Cup.
I'm talking about the World Cup.
Oh, not the Club World Cup. Oh, that
No.
is 64 is a lot. I mean they'll guarantee all the big boys every tournament, that's for sure. But it takes away all of the competitiveness of qualifiers.
Yeah.
And I think it could be good for players in terms of like decreasing the number of games though, since the
Mhm.
qualifiers will be much easier since a lot more teams will get through. So maybe a lot of the top players won't have to play like they won't have to play like 70 games a season. So in the end, it could be good. It's gonna definitely be more beneficial to smaller nations, and then it'll help out the nations with a lot of depth as well.
Okay. Yeah, fair statement. Okay. Mr. Edward Mendy, Rodney, you 1 or 2 words about this 2030 World Cup proposition of 64 teams. As well, shout out to this Chelsea fan who just joined.
Hey, thank you, lad. Appreciate it. Edward, it's good to be here.
Pleased to have you.
Me personally, I think it would let I guess smaller stars or people from like smaller countries maybe shine a bit more or maybe make a bigger upset. So it would be good for I would say maybe smaller countries to maybe get a spot if they were to expand it. But as far as for like the cup itself. I think it's too much, honestly, at the end of the day. It'd be cool to have this kind of the smaller countries kind of maybe feature against some big teams and maybe even upset them. But at the end of the day, I think they should just keep it the way it is. Although the potential upside is maybe having those smaller stars and smaller countries shine. I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't necessarily like it either at the same time. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, Factos. Okay, Mr. Last but not leastly, Mr. Typical German guy. 1 or 2 words about the World Cup. World Cup. Oh,
I have to admit, I'm not really the biggest fan of the entire concept because, as was being alluded to earlier, it kind of takes away from some of the competitive nature of the qualifiers between these bigger nations. I mean, yes, it's cool in some ways because it allows you to see countries in the World Cup that may not necessarily be there otherwise. But also, again, I mean, I feel like it was more interesting when there was the possibility of, say, in Italia or Sweden or somebody being unable to qualify because it really shows you how competitive it is to be there because you have to be the best of the best. That's just not possible with 64 teams.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right, well, everybody, that was indeed the breaking news segment for the show. Now let's go on to the next segment, which is indeed about the top 5 leagues in the world. So yes, going on to the first league, it is indeed the Premier League. Very nice. And yes, let's just jump into it right now. So yes, first place in the Premier League is currently first Liverpool. Second place is Arsenal. Third place is Nottingham Forest. Fourth place is Manchester City. Fifth place is the lovely. No, that's Manchester. That's Chelsea. Love that. And yes, then down the table, 18th place is Ipswich Town. 19th place is Leicester City. And 20th place is Southampton going down. They are crying in the car. All right, the top goal scorers for the Premier League at the moment is indeed first Mohamed Salah with 25 goals for Liverpool. Second is Erling Haaland with 20 goals for Manchester City. And third is Alexander Isak, the Swedish striker, with 19 goals for Newcastle. All right, match day 27. Let's get into it. We already went into this, actually, so I'm just repeating this, and I'm not going to repeat it. But yes, I'm just going to ask right now, for a guest who hasn't been on the show for a while, here's a Chelsea fan, Rodney. Your summary of Chelsea, how they've been doing in just the Premier League. What are your thoughts and opinions about this? Are you crying in your car right now?
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Therapy.
Oh God, man, where do I start? I mean, as far as with Chelsea and how they're gonna probably finish the season, with their current form, I don't think they're gonna make top 5 if they keep on going the way they are. That's mainly because of right now we don't have a striker. I love Nkunku, but truly we don't have a true striker. We don't have Mark Gui or Nicholas Jackson, but at the same time we also gave away Zhao or Felix. So we're kind of screwed, but there's still hope. I don't want to sound pessimistic. There's still hope. We can make top 5, but with our current form, we just need help. We need lots of help. But I think if we rally, if Cole Palmer gets his form back, if we stop with the way we kind of build up the back, and if our keeper gets on form, there's a lot of things we just need to fix. I don't know where to begin. I don't know if we can do it in time to make top 5, but if we can, I would love to see it, and it would just show how good of a manager we have.
Great. You never know. Cole Palmer could turn back his Chilean form. You never know. Okay, lovely. That was indeed the Premier League. Not much to happen. There will more be happening this next week. All right, on to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask Drew. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I should ask you because we did already talk about this last week. But I'll just give you 1 or 2 words about Manchester United right now. Just as your thoughts as of right now in your head. Just 1 or 2 words.
United just need to win 3 more games, and then all this relegation battle crap will go away.
I thought it's only 2 games now since they won 1.
They have to get past 40 points, man. That's the safest they can get.
Actually, okay.
But that's it, man. We just got to survive and then free the academy kids for the rest of the Premier League games.
Fair. Okay, you never know.
Because it's over.
Hey, we got you. It's okay. They might do better. You never know. Okay. Therapy. All right. Moving on to the next league. It is indeed the La Liga. So this is a Spanish league. So first place is indeed Barcelona. Second place is Atletico Madrid. Third place is Real Madrid. Fourth place is Athletic Club. Fifth place is Villarreal. And sixth place is Real Betis. Going down the table, 18th place is Valencia. 19th place is Alaves. And 20th place is Valladolid. The top goal scorers right now for La Liga are currently first, Robert Lewandowski, the Polish striker with 21 goals for Barcelona. Wow. Second is Kylian Mbappe. I have to do the word every damn time because I'm addicted to this. I love that. But yes, Kylian Mbappe, the French striker with 17 goals for Real Madrid. And third is Ante Budimir, the Croatian striker with 14 goals for Osasuna. Wow. Match day 26, let's get into it. So, first game was indeed Valladolid and Las Palmas. So it was 1-1 with a red card for Las Palmas being naughty. And yeah, not much happening. Moving on to the next match. Next match was Girona in Celta Vigo. 2-2. A tie right here again. Everybody likes a tie. Okay, next match. There won't be another tie, of course. Next match was Real Vallecano in Sevilla. 1-1. It was a tie. Silly me. All right, moving on. Very good. Next match, Real Betis and Real Madrid. Ooh, 2-1 for Real, the real Real Betis with the GOAT. Can I get I'm gonna say 3-1, and after one, I want everybody just to scream the GOAT's name. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Anthony!
Anthony.
Anthony!
The goat.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for realizing who the real GOAT is. All right, but yes, Anthony did play this match. He did well. And yes, 2-1 for Real Betis, currently moving them up to 6th place. Not too shabby, but yeah, we'll talk about it. Next match was indeed Atletico Madrid and Athletic Club. Was 1-0 for Atletico Madrid, and yeah, good win for them. Moving up to 2nd place. Next match, it was indeed Leganes and Getafe with 1-0 for Leganes. So good for them, currently 16th place. Next match was Real Betis. Just kidding. I just want to think of Anthony. He's in my heart. He's in my... Okay. Barcelona versus Real Sociedad. 4-0 for Barcelona and a red card for Real Sociedad being naughty. But yes, Barcelona just took the floor with Real Sociedad. Good for them, though. Good win. And they're currently 1st place. Next match, Mallorca and Alaves. 1-1. And yeah, tie there. Cool. Very nice. Next match, Osasuna and Valencia. Another tie, 3-3. But this was actually a great match if you want to go watch some good highlights. So yeah, moving on. And then next match, Villarreal Espanyol got delayed. Can anyone tell me why this got delayed again? Because I forgot. Rain. Okay, gotcha. There's still raining there. That's bizarre. Okay.
It is what? There.
It is not good. Okay. I guess I can ask about the first match. Did anybody watch? I know I watched it. The Real Betis, Real Madrid. Isco. I mean, he's such a top talent for Real Betis right now. Him and Anthony.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and talk? I'll let you talk. I know Pauline.
No, I was gonna let you talk. I was just joining in saying that I watched as well.
Okay. Yeah, we had to watch the GOAT. I know Rigo as well too was watching as well too.
The last.
Do you watch it too?
I did, of course.
There were a lot of games on at once, but
I can't miss out on the GOAT.
True.
Even though his aura won that game alone from his teammates, especially shout out to our American boy Johnny Cardozo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he's been really good all season, really consistent. And his best 2 games of the season were against Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. So he performs against big teams. Doesn't really matter who you put in front of him. Kind of always pulls it out.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope he keeps this form up because he is, oh my god, he's way too good for Real Betis right now. I mean, I know the whole aura crap and stuff like that, I get it, but he's been doing decent.
Real Betis as a whole has been pretty good lately. I think I want to say since Anthony's joined, they've lost maybe 1 game.
So you're telling
I'm saying the aura has added aura to Betis as well.
Okay. I mean, I agree.
May I add real quickly? Can we at least acknowledge that United may be the problem?
Who said that?
They are.
Eduardo Mendy said that.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, the only person that can answer that is a Manchester United fan that's probably talked about that. So, yeah.
I haven't made up my mind about that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I guess I'll go on to the next match. Atletico Madrid, Athletic Bilbao. You watched this match, Mr. Polino? What do you have to think about this?
I did. It was a really tight match. Not a lot of chances. In the end, Julian Alvarez scored a huge chance. It was a big goal towards like the middle of the second half. I mean, beginning of the game, Lenormand had a wide open header in front of the goal and missed. And then towards the end of the game, Atletico was just holding on. I think Athletic Club hit the bar 3 times, I want to say, towards the end.
Yep.
So they were just holding on. But yeah, I mean, Bilbao's defense is really, really good. So they were tough to break down. And yeah, I mean, it was the 2 best defenses in La Liga facing off, and you could really see it when you watched it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. For Barcelona, did anybody watch this? I know Rodney, you're also a fan of Barcelona. Did you happen to watch this 4-0 absolute battering, spanky over Real Sociedad?
Sadly, I actually did not. I wasn't a true fan for once. Partially because I was actually kind of cheering on Espanyol, but then it got postponed, and then I had work. So
why Espanyol?
So when I studied abroad in Spain, I actually got to tour the Espanyol Stadium, got to talk to the sports media people there, and meet some of the players. So even though I'm a Barcelona fan, I also still I love Espanyol because it has a special place in my heart because they got relegated that year, and I've been kind of watching them, keeping tabs, just because I love the whole club after being there.
Yeah, fair.
So your favorite when they play, who do you root for?
Yeah.
When they play, I still go for Barcelona just because I've always watched Barcelona, but Espanyol just has a small, special place in my heart every now and then.
Okay, that's cute. I like that. Okay, moving on to the next league. All right, on to the next league. So it is indeed now the Bundesliga. Love that. All right, first place is indeed Bayern München. Second place is Bayern Leverkusen. Third place is Eintracht Frankfurt. Fourth place is Mainz. And fifth place is Freiburg. And sixth place is Leipzig. Down the table, 16th place is Bochum. 17th place is Holstein Kiel. And 18th place is Heidenheim. The top goal scorers for the Bundesliga at the moment is first Harry Kane, the English striker, with 21 goals for Bayern München. Second is Patrick Schick, the Czechia striker, with 16 goals for Leverkusen. Third is still grinding my teeth, Omar Mamouche, the Egyptian, with 15 goals for Eintracht Frankfurt, who plays for Man City for the past month, or I don't know how long now, but yes, good for him. Such a good person. All right, match day 24, let's get into it. So, yes, first match was Stuttgart and Bayern. I wonder who won this. 1-3 for Bayern München. They're currently in first place, but yeah, hey, we'll talk about it. Next match was Werder Bremen and Wolfsburg. 1-2 for Wolfsburg, winning away, and they're currently in 7th place. Not too shabby. Next is RB Leipzig and Mainz. 1-2 for Mainz, currently in 4th place. That's great for them right now, honestly. Next match was Bochum and Hoffenheim, with Hoffenheim winning away. And yeah, good for them. Currently in a nice little 13th place. Yeah, next match was Heidenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach. 0-3 for Borussia Mönchengladbach. And yeah, good for them. Currently in a nice little measly 8th place. Next match was FC St. Pauli and Dortmund 0-2 for Dortmund. Hey, shout out to them. They're currently in 10th place. Working their way up. They've been a little atrocious in this league, but working their way up. Next match, that was a good noise. Eintracht Frankfurt and Bayern Leverkusen. 1-4 for Bayern Leverkusen, winning away in the Deutsche Park Arena. So, did watch this game. Was in pain, but yeah, that's Bayern Leverkusen. Just absolutely tore apart Eintracht Frankfurt. It is what it is. Next match, Union Berlin in Holstein Kiel. 0-1 for Holstein Kiel. Good for them. Currently 17th place. Not that bad, but it's okay. Next match and final match was 0-0 between Augsburg and Freiburg. Lovely stuff. Okay. Well, Bayern München fan here, typical German guy. You want to talk about this match? Did you happen to see Stuttgart and Bayern or the highlights at all? Thoughts, prayers?
I mean, they won the game.
Wow.
The thing is so in my experience thus far, I mean, again, it was a come behind win because they went behind first. Okay, and the thing is it's not, none of these wins have really been, I mean, especially even in Bundesliga, they've not, I mean, some of them have been convincing, some of them haven't been so much. This particular occasion, I think it's great that they won because it creates a little more space between them and Leverkusen, but at the same time, I'm not really that convinced just because of recent struggles, not really so much in Bundesliga per se, but in Champions League and everything, which of course we'll probably get to later. One thing that's really still really concerning to me as a Bayern fan is the fact that we still have so many unanswered questions right now. What are we going to do about Neuer? What's going to happen to Kimmich? Do we have a replacement for Kimmich? Because quite frankly, Paulina is not it. We have Upamecano and in the back with Kim, and that pairing is just not good in any way, shape, or form. Because if one of them makes an error, the other one does not have the speed to recover. So, again, it's a win. They won. Yippee-ki-yay. But it's just the same story. It's just, week in, week out. It's like 1 week, everything looks really great. The next week, you're still questioning why Company got the position as the coach. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen at the end of the year, especially, like I said, with all these questions about positional players as well as like, are we going to actually hire a head coach or are we just going to keep, going for somebody that's cheap? So should be interesting.
Just the fact that it's like just a natural center back pairing right now of Upa Maguire and the other Korean center back. That's crazy how they're in first place with them too. It's fine. I don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, to tell you the truth, the fact that they're in first place with a pairing like that in this league it's been proving to my point of what I've been saying for years, which is that the league is just lacking quality. You have teams in there that can compete against Bayern every once in a while, especially if they go a goal ahead and they decide to park the bus or something. But at the end of the day, like none of these teams are consistent enough to challenge Bayern, and it not only does it make the league look bad, but it also makes Bayern perform less efficiently because they don't have to play hard week in, week out like you do in the Premier League or something, or La Liga. So
pain, go away. It's okay. Hey, first place, whatever. Harry can win the trophy. Well. Okay, lovely stuff. I guess we can go down the list and say, Mr. Drew, do you have anything you want to say about the Bundesliga, or if not, do you want to say your favorite German word at the moment that pops into your head?
Auf geht's.
Love that. Let's go. Okay, Mr. Rigo, anything you want to say about Bundesliga, or if you have just one German word that comes to your head? After you, mate.
I like German beer.
Say a German beer brand. Come on, that's one of them.
I don't really know any like off the top of my head, to be honest.
Heineken.
That is actually from the Netherlands.
What?
Pretty sure. Typical German guy. Can you confirm Heineken Netherlands?
Yeah, it's a Dutch beer. Just say Paulina.
Oh yeah, Paulina.
There we go.
Budweiser.
I forgot about that.
True.
Budweiser, no way.
Okay, Paulinho, one or two words about the Bundesliga or your favorite German word.
I mean, it looks like the title's pretty much over now. I looked at the schedule for Bayern, and they only really have 3 kind of tough games coming up, and this is one of their toughest ones. I think they've looked better over the last few weeks. Maybe it's just because they have tougher competitions and they're playing consistently tougher teams. Like they had Leverkusen, and then they had Leverkusen again in the Champions League. They have Stuttgart now. Like that's a pretty tough run. And Leverkusen would basically have to win out, which not that likely. So I think the the only thing you can really look at is Dortmund maybe shooting up the table towards the end of the year and filling up a Champions League spot maybe for them. They're only a few points out, so there's a good chance of that. But
Never know.
maybe auf. I don't know what auf actually means, but
Like, let's go.
like if I say auf
No,
Wiedersehen, like what does auf mean?
Auf? Auf. I know.
Unless, I mean, if it's one word, maybe it doesn't mean anything in it.
Auf geht's. I think it's like let's, or like the past tense of let's, something like that. I should know this,
Oh, really?
but sure.
Thanks.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, good stuff. Let's move on to the next league, which is indeed It's a Me, Mario. So yeah, it's Serie A, the Italian league. Let's get into it. So first place is Inter Milano. Second place is Napoli. Third place is Atalanta. Third place is, I said that. Fourth place is Juventus. Fifth place is Lazio. And sixth place is Bologna. Down the table, 18th place is Empoli. 19th place is Venezia. And 20th place is Monza. Going down, sad times. The top goal scorers for Serie A at the moment are Matteo Retegui, the Argentine, with 21 goals for Atalanta. Second is Moise Kean, the Italian, with 15 goals for Fiorentina. And third is Marcus Thuram, the Frenchman, with 13 goals for Inter Milano. Good for him. Match 27, let's get into it. So yes, the first match was Fiorentina and Lecce. 1-0 for Fiorentina, currently moving up to 7th place. Not bad. Next one is Atalanta and Venezia. 0-0 right there. Not the best result for Atalanta, but hey, moving on. Next match was actually a decent match. Napoli and Inter Milan, first place against second place. It was 1-1. And yeah, not the best result for both teams, but a better result for Napoli, I'd say. But
It's a good result for me.
it is good result for Juventus, indeed. Next match was Udinese and Parma. 1-0 for Udinese. And hey, good for them. Currently 10th place, not too shabby. Next match was Monza and Torino. 0-2 for Torino, winning away. And yeah, decent for them. Moving up to 11th place. Okay. Next match was Genoa and Empoli. 1-1. And yeah, decent. Next match, Bologna and Cagliari. 2-1 for Bologna. Moving up to a nice little 6th place. Hey, European competition. Next match was Roma and Como. 2-1 for Roma. Como almost had it right there, but yep, Roma, good for them. And Como with a red card as well too, being Notte. And Roma currently in 8th place, moving up. Next match, AC Milano and Lazio. 1-2 for Lazio. I mean, it was a decent match for Lazio, but red card, this was in Milano as well too. And yeah, Lazio currently in 5th place. AC Milano dropping points yet again, 9th place. Next match, Juventus and Verona. So 2-0 for Juventus. Good for them. And yeah, currently in 4th place. That's Champions League. And yeah, nice stuff. All right. I did watch Napoli Inter. Good game right there. I mean, Napoli definitely had the more chances there, but Inter Milan had equally as much chances as well too. But Napoli looked dangerous, but Inter Milan just combated well, at least I say. Roma and Como. You want to say anything about this, Mr. Rodrigo? If you want to say this before, we'll talk about Juventus next.
Yeah, I was watching that match actually. Pretty positive feedback on Roma. Their squad's been looking pretty solid. Their striker Dovic has been really good. Dybala obviously played a decent game. They have pretty good defense, pretty good midfielders and offense. I think the thing they need to finish a little more is finishing. Most of the time they were on the third half and on the offensive side, and they just kept passing around, and it's just like, that's nice, wear down the team, but finish your chances. And they've been doing a decent amount with that, but they can do a little more. I can see them going up to like top 5, top 4 if they keep form. It's really nice having Roma up there again, just because my favorite player is Dybala, and so it's nice seeing him up there. They're a pretty tough team now that they got a new head coach and like pretty decent signings. So I'm expecting great things. There's nothing really any negative stuff about them.
Fair. What about the next match? Juventus and Verona. Anything you want to
Why
say
did you
about
have
this
to
one?
mention? Okay, yeah.
There's
So
something
I
bad.
went in.
Well, hey, they won. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
I went into this game with positive attitude because we were playing against a lower table team, and so I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, they're gonna win 1-0 or probably clutch a comeback or something. But no, this is the part where I love Juventus because this game showed that they can play as a team. They know how to pass the ball. They have pretty good midfielders. McKennie was playing number 10 role that game, I think. Yeah. Um, they had Yildiz on the right, Nico Gonzalez on the left, and they had Colomwani, who's been informed somewhat. So that's been actually pretty nice. Um, they also did sub in Vlahovic, who has been shaky. So I think giving him a couple minutes was pretty good. He did perform pretty well. My issue with
Very shaky.
yeah, yeah. My issue with that team is that they had to score in the 72nd minute. Why
Mm-hmm.
does it take you if you were watching the game, they were offensive the whole time. The whole game they were like basically knocking on Verona's door, but they just couldn't finish. Verona's keeper was actually pretty nice. He had pretty good saves.
Mm-hmm.
Um but yeah, it's just like you have the quality, you have the players, you have the formations that you need to finish. So what's taking so long? Like
Mm.
it took Kefren like a spark of inspiration to score, and then Cook Miners on the 90th minute scored another one, which was pretty good. It was a close angle. It was like a really tight angle, and he scored
Oh
it.
yeah. Mm.
But there's also things I still don't like. Like, why do you still have Tim Weah as a right back?
That's life, mate. That's how it
Like
is.
Kelly, he's a pretty good player. I think he's still a little green in that
Mm-hmm.
position. Gati's pretty solid, but he's also sometimes reckless with his decision making, and that could hinder Juventus, especially because we need defenders right now.
Oh yeah.
Um, Other than that, it was pretty good. They just need to keep form and secure their spots because they want to be in Champions League. You want Juventus to be in. Well, I want Juventus to be in Champions League, and this proves that they can be. But then again, they
Mm-hmm.
did play against a lower tier team, so
Yeah.
I want to see that. Let me see what other team they play.
Still got quite a bit to go. They have 11 games.
Yeah, so I want to see that against Atlanta, which is going to be a pretty tough match.
Mm-hmm.
Fiorentina, which is probably going to be a tough match, and Roma, which is
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to be a tough match for them.
Oh yeah.
Then they also play Lazio, who's been on in form.
Oh yeah.
So those games are actually going to be decisive for Juventus. I'm hoping they win. Wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
surprised if they end up in a tie. But yeah, I'm just hoping they win.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. I will just go down the line and ask people anything they want Serie A, or I'll ask them something else. Oh, what might that be? Okay, Mr. Drew. Anything you want to say about the Serie A, or do you want to say your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character because they are Italian? Wow.
I think the Serie A title race is probably the most exciting title race in Europe
Mhm.
right now, with Inter, Napoli, Atalanta, and Juventus. I mean, Juventus is only 6 points behind Inter and Lazio. I mean, they could probably be considered in the title race as well, since 8 points, an 8 point gap with 11 games left doesn't seem to be too much of a gap at this point.
Mm,
Um, yeah, and so Serie A is actually becoming a lot more, no offense, but a lot more relevant in Europe now.
it's true. It's very true. Okay. Mr. Polino, if you want to say anything about Serie A or your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character.
I don't really know that many characters aside from Sonic.
There
So
we
I
go.
will say that I think Juventus also has a legit shot at the Serie A at this point. I mean, it looked done about 3-4 weeks ago that it's either going to be Inter and Napoli probably. But I mean, the top three have been so inconsistent. Napoli got lost their best player, and Inter is having close games, and a lot of them they're just not really pulling through. And so, yeah, I think Juventus actually has a real shot at it now, and they got a key player in Colomboani, and I think they're figuring out their own team now with kind of utilizing Kefren Turam more and more, and trying to get players like Douglas Luiz to play better. Yeah, I think they're figuring it out, and they have a real shot.
Fair enough. Okay, on to the next guest, Mr. Typical German guy. One or two words about this city or your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character. I want someone to say it at least.
I would just say it's exciting to have a league that is relatively close in terms of the top five and is consistently showing some form of competition week in, week out, even if it's between teams that aren't necessarily competing for the top spots or anything like that. So it's good to see Serie A kind of thriving again, because for a while there, I mean, it was really just stagnant and dead, and it felt like none of the teams were really doing anything either in the league or abroad. So now that you're starting to see a little more success from some of the usual suspects like Inter, Juve, etc. Then you have Napoli and Atalanta, really kind of starting their stuff, and same with Lazio as well. So I think it's exciting to see, and it's been a fun league to watch this year.
Fair enough. Thank you, mate. All right. Well done, indeed. That was the Serie A. Moving on to the next league, it's the Ligue 1, or the French league. So yes, first place indeed is indeed PSG. Oh my god, they're very far away. Honestly, since it's, all done and dusted. Second place, Marseille. Third place, Nice. Fourth place, Monaco. Fifth place is Lille. Sixth place, Lyon. Down the table, 16th place, L'Alvi. 17th place is Saint-Etienne. And 18th place is Montpellier. Well, the top goal scorers for Ligue 1 at the moment is indeed first, Ousmane Dembele, with 18 points, 18 goals for PSG. Wow. Second, Mason Greenwood battering it up in the French league with 15 goals for Marseille. And third is Jonathan David with 13 goals for Lille. To go over the matches quickly, Monaco Rhyme 3-0 for Monaco. Next match was Saint-Etienne and Nice, 1-3 for Nice, currently in third place, not too shabby. Next match, L'Alvi and Lens. Wow, great game here. Lens at home, but L'Alvi won 4-3, and yeah, good win for them. Next match, PSG and Lille, 4-1 for PSG battering Lille and at home in Paris, so good for PSG. And yeah, lovely stuff. Next match was Lyon and Brest. Yikes, the fall-off for Brest is absolutely staggering. Yes, 2-1 for Lyon, and yeah, yikes. Next match, Aya and Strasbourg. 0-1 for Strasbourg. And yeah, red card for Strasbourg being naughty. But they won, so good. Montpellier and Rennes. 0-4 for Rennes. And Montpellier just absolutely getting battered left and right, sadly. Next match, Angers and Toulouse. 0-4 for Toulouse. And yeah, good for Toulouse. 4-0, another one. Wow. Next match, Marseille and Nantes. 2-0 for Marseille. Doing good currently in second place, but very much behind PSG with 62 points. All right. I don't know what to say. I mean, Ligue 1's kind of already done and dusted at this point of the match. Of the season. So fair enough. Good for them. All right. Well, we can just go ahead and move on to a lovely two leagues, indeed, MLS and Saudi Pro League with Messi and Ronaldo. So yes, the MLS has started already, which is great. And yeah, currently it is first place with Columbus Crew. Wow, very cool. Second place, Philadelphia Union. Third place, Atlanta United. And yeah, fourth place, Cincinnati. And down the table, where is Miami? They are in ninth place. Ooh, not the best, but they've only played one game. But hey, whatever. Okay. Top goal scorers is Ty Barribo for Philadelphia Union. And second is Velasco Segovia. I don't know how to say that. Segovia. Love that. With 3 goals. And then third is Andres Dreyer with 2 goals for San Diego FC. Cool. All right. Lovely stuff. Going on to the next league, Saudi Pro League. Indeed, it is Ronaldo's league. He's over there. And yeah, let me get my Saudi rep for this and just go ahead and say this one. So yes.
USA, greatest country in the world. Hello, everybody. It's me, Haley. I am Saudi Pro Rep over here. Hooray! Go Saudi Pro League. I'm yelling. Very nice. Okay, so yes, first place is Saudi Pro League is indeed first Al Ittihad. Second place is Al Hilal. Third place is Al Qayadesh. Yeah. And then fourth place is Al Nassr. And fifth place is Al Ali Saudi. Down the table, 16th place is Al Riyadh. 17th place is Al Al-Dud. And 18th place is Al Weda. The top goal scorers for Saudi Pro League right now is the first Cristiano Ronaldo, the Mr. Sui, whatever they say, with 17 goals for Al Nassr. Second is Ivan Toney. You can bet that he's scoring goals all the time. Bet. I said bet. With 16 goals for Al Ali Saudi, good for him. Betting. Second tied is Karim Benzema with 16 goals for Al Ittihad. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that great? I love this. Bye guys. I love Saudi Pro League. Love kisses and all that type of stuff.
Thank you, Haley. Absolutely great stuff from you. And yeah, absolutely great stuff. Okay, lovely stuff. Let's move on to now the next leagues, which is indeed the Champions League. What we'd love to hear about. So yes, Champions League is here. PSV Arsenal, Real Madrid Atletico Madrid, Paris Liverpool, Club Brugge and Aston Villa, Benfica Barcelona, Dortmund Lille, Bayern Munich Leverkusen, Feyenoord and Inter. They're all playing each other. What happened? Well, let's get into it right now. So yes, the round happened. The first leg of round 16. It was Club Brugge and Aston Villa in Belgium. 1-3 for Aston Villa. Absolutely battering it up in Belgium. Sad times for Club Brugge. Next match was Real Madrid Atletico Madrid. 2-1 for Real Madrid playing in their home stadium. But yeah, it was a decent match. It's only 2-1. It's not done and dusted yet. Next match, PSV and Arsenal. Speaking of done and dusted, 1-7 for Arsenal, battering, absolutely slathering up PSV in the Eindhoven Stadium in Netherlands. Oh, Arsenal didn't even try, actually. That's a funny thing. But yeah, they definitely, I think, won it. Just maybe. Next match was Dortmund and Lille, 1-1, all to play for in the second leg, which is going to be in France. Ooh. Then it is Feyenoord and Inter Milano, 0-2 for Inter Milano. And yeah, I'm not going to say it's done and dusted because Feyenoord is known for being decent comebacks. So, hey, never know. Next match, Bayern Leverkusen and Bayern München, the Bayern derby, the Bavaria derby. So 3-0 for Bayern München. And yeah, just battering it up in Bayern München at the Allianz Arena Stadium. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty easy for them, but it is what it is. Next match, Benfica and Barcelona, 0-1. This was indeed in Benfica as well too, but yeah, not done yet. And Benfica had the chance to score. Barcelona is indeed had a red card by Gurbasi trying to be cute and tackle. Yikes, crazy challenge, Brexit. But yeah, 1-0 for Barcelona with Rafinha scoring a nice one. Next match was PSG and Liverpool, 0-1. And yeah, who knew taking Mohamed Salah would bring help to your team? But Harvey Elliott scoring a goal for Liverpool. And let me just shout out to, honestly, I want to say the best keeper currently in football with his form. He's in Mr. Alisson. It's just a beautiful man and also just a beautiful keeping style as well too. So, yep, great stuff here. And I'm just going to say the top goal scorers for the Champions League at the moment is indeed first, Guirassy with 10 goals for Dortmund. And then tied for second with 9 goals is Rafinha for Barcelona, Kane for Bayern München, and Lewandowski for Barcelona. All of them have 9 goals. And then it is indeed Haaland with Man City with 8 goals. They're out. And then Alvarez with 7 goals for Atletico Madrid. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and ask a Atleti fan about this Real Madrid Atletico Madrid game first. What do you think about this, mate? Real Madrid Atletico Madrid?
I thought after Real Madrid scored, Atletico started playing a lot better. And then once Atletico scored, it almost looked like they were. Well, I feel like the game was a little bit more imbalanced, but still probably favored towards Madrid. They had a tough time handling Rodrigo, mainly because they were playing Javi Galan at left back, and I was really surprised that they didn't sub him off after the first half because Rodrigo was able to run all over him really. He's good in possession, but I would have rather had Ronaldo in there against Rodrigo for sure. Way better 1v1 defender. The only thing Javi Gulan really has over him is passing and dribbling. Well, I would say his passing is pretty similar. I would say mainly just the dribbling and maybe connection with Longley on the left side. But yeah, they did okay. They didn't really have a ton of chances. To be fair, Atletico didn't. So I think they've left it in a position where they can come back, which is important.
Indeed. And it's going to be at the Atletico Madrid Stadium too, so you never know.
Yeah, we have 2 games against Barcelona and Real Madrid where we have to win. We're at home in knockout leg games, so hopefully the home legs come through for us this year.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, lovely stuff. Let me go ahead and ask the Bayern München fan here. An easy win for Bayern München. Any thoughts about this Bavaria derby?
Something was incredibly fishy about Alonso's lineup. I'm not even going to lie. The fact that he didn't play Schick, he didn't play Boniface, he didn't play a starting keeper, which is all very odd.
True, Kovar.
Yeah, no, the funny thing is, I thought I was being a little bit skeptical about everything, but then when I was talking to some of the guys from the Bayern fan club of DFW, they were all saying the same thing. They all thought it was very odd and kind of almost suicidal the way that Alonso lined up against Bayern. So I don't know. I mean, it was nice. It's good that they were able to win the game and everything. But the thing is, they didn't really win the match against a full strength Leverkusen. It was almost like some sort of weird experimental lineup that really didn't make any sense to anyone. So I mean, it's great that they won and everything, but the reality is if they win the next match and they move on past Leverkusen, we already know who's waiting for them around the corner.
I wonder who.
Yeah, and so it's gotta either be Atleti or Real. And the thing is in past experience, Bayern has not done well against either of those clubs, especially Atleti. I mean, Real, like there's been a couple good matches here.
Aren't they playing? No, I think they're playing someone else.
Are you sure? I don't know. The way
Atletico or Real are playing against Arsenal next round.
Yeah.
I think it's Inter. Inter is who you guys are going to play next.
I mean, if it's Inter, then that's pretty easy. But I will say the last time Bayern played Inter, they really beat them pretty solidly. But again, I mean, at some point, like Bayern's gonna come against an opponent, regardless of if it's this round, next round, whatever, that is just gonna outclass them. I just know it's coming. Unfortunately, as a Bayern fan, just because, especially like last year with the whole series or legs against Madrid was just pathetic to watch. Because I mean, Bayern really could have easily won that, and it was just the same defensive errors that gave them problems and are still giving them problems now. So
imagine a Bayern and Barcelona semifinal matchup.
I can't wait for that.
Lord.
It'll be different this time.
Yeah, Flick revenge tour.
I don't know. Honestly, Flick could have coached anybody else, but no, he had to go to Barcelona. It's like, oh my goodness.
8-2. You never know. Okay. Well, anybody want to say anything about any of the other matches, Mr. Drew, Mr. Rigo?
If
Liverpool...
you hear something in the background, it's my dog. Oh, you can go first. Sorry.
Not gonna lie, PSG and Liverpool was the most confusing game my entire life. Liverpool, I mean, I'm gonna say blatantly, they got away with a red card from Ibrahima Konate in the first half. After that game, everyone's saying why Liverpool is called Liverpool is, more than obvious to me now.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. But I'm going to give it to Alisson. Oh my God. He was like a spider monkey in the goal. Just a cat, like blocking all the PSG shots. But I mean, I think he had, how many shots was it on to him? I think it was like 9. It was like the most shots a goalkeeper's ever had in Liverpool history. Forgot what it was, but it was something of that record. But hey, shout out to him. Legend. Yeah, Rigo, anything you want to say?
I was watching a little bit of the Madrid derby.
Mhm.
Give me one sec. I think that yeah, I'm moving. I think that Atletico Madrid can actually win it.
Yeah.
The only issue I see them having is going up against Vinny and Rodrigo on the wings,
Yeah.
just because they're fast players and they're really shifty, and
Yeah.
they will draw fouls. They will draw any foul they can. Obviously, Vinny has a little more. I
Mhm.
want to say he's a little more dramatic about it.
Dude, Rodrigo makes it look so easy to play football. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, but that's probably going to be their biggest issue. They definitely can win the game because I think they have a more well-rounded team than Real Madrid. Real Madrid relies too much on their not veterans, but like they're more regular players and they don't give more time to their talents.
Yeah.
And I mean, Julian Alvarez is insane. He's on form, and everybody else, El Cholo's kid, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good
Mhm.
player. Other players, I don't really know most of them off the top of my head. Pretty sure Paul
All
knows a
good.
lot more than I do about it. But when I was watching the game, they look like a solid team. Like they look like they can actually compete for the title.
Yeah. You never know though. Okay. Well, that was indeed the Champions League, and let's now go on to the next best league, which is indeed the lovely Europa League. So yeah, Europa League. So yeah, AZ Alkmaar is playing Tottenham, Ajax is playing Frankfurt, Bodo Glimt is playing Olympiacos, Victoria Plzen is playing Lazio, Fenerbahce is playing Rangers, Roma is playing Athletic Bilbao, Steaua Bucharest is playing Lyon, Real Sociedad playing Manchester United. All right, well, it happened. And the first leg went on like this. So round of 16 was first match, Real Sociedad and Manchester United. 1-2-1. We'll talk about it in a second. Next match was Steaua Bucharest and Lyon. 1-3 for Lyon in Romania. Yikes for Steaua. Next match, Fenerbahce and Rangers. 1-3 for Rangers. And yeah, this was in Turkey as well too. Ooh. Next was indeed AZ Alkmaar and Tottenham. 1-0 for AZ Alkmaar, the Dutch side. And yeah, big upset, but hey, great win for them. Next match was Victoria Plzen and Lazio. 1-2 for Lazio. And a red card for Lazio being naughty, you spanky wankies. Wow. Okay. Next match, Bodo Glimt and Olympiacos. 3-0 for Bodo Glimt. And yeah, good win for them. Didn't expect that result too, but hey, shout out to them. Next match, Ajax and Eintracht Frankfurt. 1-2 for Eintracht Frankfurt away as well too. So good win for them. And yeah, Ajax hanging in there, but Eintracht Frankfurt overpowered. Good for them. Next match, Roma and Athletic Bilbao. 2-1. What a match this was. And a red cup for Athletic Bilbao and Roma winning it in the late stages. All right. Manchester United, Mr. Drew Brown. Mate, 1-1. This was in Spain, so hey, a decent result. I may say so myself, but I mean, you can go ahead and take the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. It was a decent result. Like, it wasn't terrible, but like it wasn't great. I'd say like it's a like middle ground for sure. But if you actually watch that game from minute 1 to minute 90, for 70 minutes, United was the best team during that game. They created a lot of chances and they defended Real Sociedad very well until the bogus VAR call on Bruno Fernandes' supposed handball. I mean, the thing is, like, when Bruno Fernandes is challenging a ball like that, I don't know like why he has to raise his arms, but like the head to like hand contact was just, like it was far from intentional, and I don't think like it should have been a penalty in my opinion. I mean, I thought like his hands were in a natural position and they
Yep.
weren't like, it's not like he's trying to prevent a goal scoring opportunity. And so I thought the ref just made a very like poor decision, and that changed the whole entire game. Real Sociedad they had the momentum going forward, but luckily, we have Matthias Delete in the back to save us. But overall, I'm expecting United to to win next week at Old Trafford against Real Sociedad, because Real Sociedad, like, I thought they were going to be a lot more dangerous today, but they didn't really like seem that threatening, especially on their home field. So I'm hoping that United can take this result, and just go into Old Trafford and get it done, and meet Lyon in the quarterfinals.
You never know. That would be an interesting. I would like to see the game, honestly. That's gonna be good. Okay. I can ask the Roma fan here. What you think about this match, Mr. Rigo? Knew you were watching this match. Anything you want to say?
I think that was probably going to be their toughest. Well, that is going to be their toughest opponent. I think after that, they're probably, if they pass, they're going to have a easier route. I was watching the game and I was expecting a tie. I honestly was expecting a tie, or Roma to win it by 1, which did happen. I think it was a good game. They played defensively pretty well. They had a lot of movement in the midfield and decent amount on offense. Dybala hit the crossbar.
Yep.
I don't know. It was a good play. It was a good setup. Dybala hit the crossbar, unfortunately, and then someone else tried to hit it, and then it just went completely out. Other than that, they have a pretty solid team. I think they need to like I said, they need to finish more. They need to like finish their chances. And once they start working on that, I think they're going to beat Bilbao. But if they don't, then Bilbao can definitely come back. They have the talent and the team to do it. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the result.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, lovely stuff. Mr. Paulinho, typical German guy. Anything you want to say about this lovely Europa League?
I was just going to say that I'm disappointed in Ajax.
I'm not.
I know you're not, but still, I'm disappointed in Ajax. But at the same time, I was also very impressed by Alkmaar. So I think, honestly, if one single Dutch club can make it past the round of 16, I would be happy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
I will say,
yeah, go ahead, Paulinho.
I'm disappointed by Tottenham, but who isn't? And then Sociedad, I mean, I think that's kind of over if United score one more. They've really been struggling with their forward line for the last, I would say, year and a half at this point. They used to have a few other strikers, like they had Sorloth for a bit. They had Isaac, who got replaced by Sorloth, and Andre Silva. But yeah, I mean, their striker that they bought at the beginning of the year, I don't even think he has 5 goals on the year. So they've had a really tough time, and it's really been killing their forward line overall. They've just been throwing Oyarzabal up front and kind of hoping for the best.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Well, let me just say the top goal scorers for Europa League at the moment is indeed first Mr. El Kalbi with 7 goals for Olympiacos. Still amazing. And then there's a lot of tied for second place with 6 goals. All these players. Samu for Porto, Varga for Ferencváros in Hungary, and as well Fofana for Lyon, Osimhen for Galatasaray, and Hoch for Bodo Glimt. Nice. All have 6 goals. Nice. All right. On to the next league was indeed Europa Conference League. We love this. I'm going to butcher some of these words. Teams, sorry. But yes, first Real Betis for Victoria. Then Jagiellonia. How do I say it? Does anybody know how to pronounce this? Jagiellonia. No. Okay, I'll take it. Versus Serge Brugge. Then Serge versus Lugano. And Panathinaikos and Fiorentina. Then Copenhagen and Chelsea. Molde, Legia, Warszawa. Pafos and Djurgården. Borak and SK Rapid. All right, well, let's go into the results. For League 1 out of round of 16, Panathinaikos, that was English. Panathinaikos and Fiorentina, 3-2 for Panathinaikos. Great game here, but wow. Great result for Panathinaikos. Wow. Oh my God. All right, next is Real Betis and Vitoria, 2-2. Anthony, the absolute GOAT, had an assist. So fair enough to him. He did great. Moving on. Molde and Legia Warszawa, another great game. 3-2 for Molde at the home. Next match, Copenhagen and Chelsea. This was in Denmark, 2-1 for Chelsea, winning away. And yeah, going for them. They were playing basically the youngers a little bit. So the seniors came out on a little bit too, and yeah, it did decent. It is what it is. You never know. Next match, Jagiellonia and Serge Brugge, 3-0 for Jagiellonia. And hey, shout out to them. They're doing decent. 3-0 at home versus Serge Brugge. And a red card for Serge Brugge as well too. Next match, Pafos and Jurjagen, 1-0 only. So you never know what can happen in the second leg. Next match, Borak and Rapid Wien, 1-1. Ooh, tough for Borak. So never know with the home advantage. Next match, Celje and Lugano, 1-0 for Celje. And a red card for Lugano being naughty. Oh, it's a good win. All right. Top goal scorers right now. Currently, Pofululu with 8 goals for Jagiellonia. Nice. Then second is Mark Gahey. Didn't even play in this match. 6 goals for Chelsea. Is injured at the moment, so fair. Then tied for third place. 4 different individuals is that's 5 goals for Kenny for Shamrock Rovers, and then Kuljic for Celje, Penenvik for SCH, and Piatek for Besiktas. Lovely. All have 5 goals. Anybody want to say anything about the Europa Conference League? I know if you watch any of these matches. If you did, hey, great for you. If not, then we can have a moment of silence for absolutely Anthony's aura, and I'll play something for that.
I think
Oh yeah, go ahead. I was gonna play a minute of silence, but you go.
sorry, no.
No,
I
go.
think I'm pretty sure I mentioned the last week that Vitoria was gonna be a tough opponent for Rabetis, and it showed today. Rabetis has been on form, but you can't really put away Vitoria too quickly. They ended up playing a decent game to have a tie at the end. Isco, he's been solid. He got man of the match. I mean, he's Isco. He's a solid player. Um, Anthony being Anthony, I think he has revitalized the team a little bit, and I think he's found his spark again. Because in his former club,
Yep.
he was he was a little down. He wasn't performing as well as I'm pretty sure we all know he can. And it shows in this team that he's actually enjoying it and he's trying. So that's pretty good. Second leg, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a tough game too. Betis and Vitoria. Chelsea, Copenhagen, and I mean, they did play their kids, so yeah. I would be surprised if they lost. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost because they did play their younger squad, but if I was more like, oh, they lost because they played their younger squad. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then did I don't know. I know this isn't related too much to this tournament, but I want to mention Jose Mourinho, today's meme.
Your goat. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. He was like he got interviewed and then he acted like he was like snoring or he was like bored or something. That's just he's a special one. I mean, but going back to track, I think Betis has a pretty good shot of going far, and so does Chelsea. Yep.
I will
Fair enough.
say Betis has been really, really bad in Europe ever since Pellegrini took over. I think the last tie, and I want to say that because they played the round of 32. That might have been either their first or second knockout win with Pellegrini in Europe. So they have a bad record. If they overturn this and go on to win it away from home, then I think you have to put it down to Anthony's aura.
Anthony
agree.
got snubbed, by the way,
Yes.
by the Brazilian national team.
Oh my god, yeah, him and Endrick deserve to be on. I don't know why, but whatever. Brazilian president corrupt, I guess. It is what it is. They don't want an absolute
I
legend.
need to look at their list. Lino didn't make it either.
Oh, Neymar's back.
Okay, wow. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to overshadow Neymar's return over Antony's aura.
It's true. It's true. If you ask me if I want a Neymar Brazilian jersey or Anthony Brazilian jersey, 100%, I'm gonna get Anthony, and that's the truth and all nothing but the truth. I don't know if any of you all would agree, but
I
that's just
still
me.
can't. I still
would
can't
too.
believe Neymar's trying to go back to Barcelona. That's just crazy.
He wants to.
The last dance.
Well, Anthony's in La Liga now, so they have more publicity. So Neymar's like, let me grab some of this, you know.
I
Why
mean,
not?
what's next? Ronaldo back to Madrid?
Probably. He ain't going to US.
Probably wants some of Anthony pie too.
Ooh, anybody does.
Ooh.
Okay, lovely stuff. Let's now go on to the next segment, which is indeed the football memes of the week, brought to you by Ravel Banters. And yes, this is Anthony, our mascot. Absolutely buzzing, love him. And yes, let's see the first meme. So, the first meme is indeed about Liverpool and Champions League. So, Arne Slot, there's a two picture here. It says, Arne Slot says, we're gonna just let PSG have 400 shots against you tonight. If you can save them all, cheers. And then Alisson just there. Okay, boss. And that's kind of what happened today. Yeah, PSG just fired a bunch of cannons at the Liverpool defense, and they just got blocked. And yeah, lovely stuff. On to the next meme. So yes, this is about the Benfica and Barcelona game. And yes, if you could tell, the Benfica match in the cameras was just all foggy the whole time. And someone tweeted back at this saying, Chesney, stop smoking. I can't see the game. If you didn't already know, Chesney does smoke a pack. I mean, not a pack, but he smokes his cigarettes before the match and after the match. But hey, that's
Disgusting.
disgusting. That's like the old football stuff. But hey, good for him. All right, last meme of the week is indeed about. Oh my god, this is once. So yes, football on TNT said this: if they're good enough, they're old enough. They were tweeting about Ethan Nawari and Lewis Skilly, the two Arsenal youngsters that are 17 and 18. And someone tweeted back at this saying, all right, Epstein, calm it.
Diddy would have been more funny.
Yes, it would actually. It would be, all right, Diddy, calm it.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
That's a big yikes. But hey, TNT, chill out, mate. Chill out. All right.
They should have commented, "Nice try, Super Diddy."
Okay. Yeah, that's like every Instagram page they say that nowadays. All right.
Didinho.
Love that. All right, well, that was indeed the lovely, lovely football news of the week. And let's now go on to the next segment, which is indeed a lovely one, which is about football knowledge. Everybody, welcome to the Golden Goal Show football quiz. Let us go ahead and say the rules.
Hi, everyone and everybody to the Golden Goal Show football quiz. Aye, Suey. The guests will answer a series of football-related questions to test their Alpha, Beta, Sigma knowledge in football. So whoever has the most correct questions answered by the end of the quiz wins an all-inclusive tropical cruise with Big Benzema. Oh no. JKLOL Stinky, you get a crisp high five. Good luck, lads.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
I haven't gotten a crisp high five before. I don't think Drew has either.
Have we got a what?
We haven't got a crisp high five.
Oh, I got you guys. Give me a second. 3, 2, 1.
High five.
You happy?
Yeah.
Good. I see. All right. Well, this next quiz is about the Copa America in 2011. So yes, let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, which was the first country to host the Copa America? Was it Chile, Uruguay, Brazil, or Argentina? You have 10 seconds. First country to host the Copa America. Chile, Uruguay, Brazil, Argentina.
I'm gonna say Chile.
I'll say Uruguay.
I'll say Uruguay.
Uruguay. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That was Owen Wilson, how he goes like, wow. Does anybody know?
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop. Well, the correct answer is indeed, who said Uruguay? Is it
Me,
no one?
unfortunately.
I did.
Okay. There's no Uruguay. Who said Chile? Let's go.
Me.
Nice.
Oh, damn it.
Who said Brazil? Samba samba.
Nobody.
Okay,
Was that
well,
Paulinho?
that's okay. The correct answer is indeed Argentina. Messi.
Of course.
I don't think anybody said Argentina, so fair enough. I guess
You said it, host. You
I said
said
it. I get the
Argentina.
point.
Yeah.
Aha, stinkies. All right. Question number 2. Ecuador have competed in 20 Copa 2020 what? In the Copa 24 times. But how many times have Ecuador won the Copa? 0, 2, 4, or 6. You have 10 seconds. How many times have Ecuador
Twice.
won Copa? Okay.
I'll say 2.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Rigo?
4.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what that was. All right.
Wait, can I change to 0?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure, right? Because I was about to give you the
I will
little thing.
change to 0.
Okay. Question is not number 6. It is not number. Sorry, Rigo. It's okay.
Gosh darn it.
I know. It is not. Sorry. It is indeed 2 or 0. So yes, typical German guy and Paulinho, you got it correct. Yeah. So 1-1 to 0-0. Question number 3. Which 2 teams have won the competition, the Copa America, the most? Is it Argentina and Brazil, Brazil and Chile, Brazil and Uruguay, or Argentina and Uruguay? You have 10 seconds. Argentina, Brazil, Brazil, Chile, Brazil and Uruguay, or Argentina and Uruguay?
Argentina, Brazil.
Brazil and Uruguay.
I want to say Argentina and Uruguay.
I'll go Uruguay and Argentina.
Okay. Wow. No one got it right. That's fantastic. All right. Well, the correct answer is indeed not Argentina and Brazil. It is not Brazil and Chile. It is not Brazil and Uruguay. It is indeed Argentina and Uruguay. That means
Yes,
Rigo.
sir.
Wow.
Yo, you guys are so funny. You're very funny. Sorry, I just laughed like a girl. There's nothing wrong with that though. Yes, it is 1-1. That's crazy. I love that. Wait, no. Typical German guy, did you get this one correct? No, you didn't. You're a stinky boy.
No,
Never
I
mind.
got the other one correct though. So I still
Yeah,
have
no, yeah. Yeah, it's 1-1. Okay, love that.
Oh, wow.
All right. I know it's crazy. Question number 4. I know. Question number 4. What is the longest period of time Brazil has gone without winning the competition? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years? You have 10 seconds. Longest period they have not won the competition. 10, 20, 30.
How often does the Copa America happen? Every 2 years?
4 usually, right?
Every 4, yeah.
Every 4?
Aside from like
20 years.
the last 2 years. Or I mean last
Okay,
5 years.
I'll go with 20 if that's
Okay.
one of the options.
Okay. 20.
I'm going
What
to
about-
say 10.
Okay. Polino?
I'll go 20.
Okay. Arrigo?
20.
Okay. Wow. It is not 30 years. It is not 10 years. It is not, you stinky wankers. 20 years. It is indeed 40 years. I know. That's
40
mad.
years.
When
is
when was this period?
I don't know.
Wait, when
Which
was
is
the last
crazy.
time they won it?
I don't know.
It was
They won 2019, right?
2019, yeah.
Ooh, okay, recent. Not too bad.
Yeah.
All right. It's a tiebreaker for the final. This is crazy. All right. If you say the team first, you will win it, by the way. So that's all I'm saying. Only one team from outside of North, Central, or South America has played in the tournament. Who is it? Is it? I'm going to say the teams really fast. If you get it, you win. So I'm going to repeat this again. Only one team from outside of North, Central, or South America has played in the tournament? Who is it? Is it Portugal, Japan, Ireland, Spain? Go.
Japan.
Spain.
Fun.
Spain.
Okay, well. How'd you know that, mister?
What do you mean?
How'd you know the correct answer?
I just guessed because Japan and Portugal didn't make any sense, and it's definitely not a European team. So
Wait, who said Japan first? I wanna. Was it Paulinho or was it you?
I said Japan, but I was thinking Confederations in 2013.
I just want to know who said it first.
I said Spain, but
Wait, what was the correct answer?
It was Japan.
What?
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh,
Wait.
I said
what
it
was this?
last.
Who said it first? That's why I was confused.
I said Japan first.
Oh,
But I
brother,
don't. When was
it's
this?
crazy. You know what that means? You won.
Oh,
Oh,
I expect
Paulinho?
that Confederate. I expect that high five in person.
a
I'm
crisp
looking at high five person. Chris high five. Oh yeah, well, everybody. Yeah, it's Paulinho. You won the show. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel amazing, to be honest. I will. I hope that I can get some sort of reward from you.
Happy
Please.
to meet. Very happy. You
it's
know, I'm
the
gonna give you
Anthony
this.
Aura.
I'm gonna give you this. This is Anthony's laugh. I actually got it. He sent it
Oh, you
to me.
did?
This is how he laughs.
That doesn't sound like a goat to me, though.
That's
Oh.
definitely what he was doing after beating Madrid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
I believe it.
Laughing at Vinny's face.
Oh, I honestly, yeah, I shout out. Okay, well, everybody, that was indeed the Golden Goal Show football quiz, and yes, that is sadly the end of the show. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. I loved it. It's a lovely show. We love it here. Okay, Mr. Drew, thank you for joining as always. I hope you had a nice time.
Thank you, I did.
Great. Happy to have you on, mate. And of course, Paulinho, thank you for winning the show. Happy to have you on.
I
Congratulations.
just looked it up. They got invited in 2019, actually, in 1999.
Oh, I know. Wow.
Yeah. Thank you for having me host.
Anytime, mate. Regal, thank you for joining us well too, mate. You're amazing.
Of course, it's a pleasure. Thank you, host.
Anytime, mate. And of course, typical German guy, thank you for being on. Dankeschön, meine Fraulein.
ja, du bist das Beste in der Welt, Host.
That is sarcasm. I love that. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it. Without sharing it, how else you know Alisson is a very beautiful man. And as we say on the show, in 3, 2, 1, repeat after me.
One.
Love
Love
football.
Football.
We love football. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.